Walking down the street, see someone I want to meet. What I mean? VTR1 is rolling on 2, 3, 1. Okay.
So this is the intro.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Add in little bits, but really little bits, okay?
Little bits,
okay.
little bits.
You are Nardwuar the Human Serviette?
I am Nardwuar the Human Serviette from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I sing in a rock and roll band, the Evaporators.
Not
also
to mention
in the Goblins and the Scoblins as well.
You also have a radio show?
On CITR Radio, Vancouver, British Columbia,
For the
Canada.
last
11 years. And I
And
recently celebrated my 11th anniversary, and I went 22 hours straight on the radio.
you stood on top of a toilet for almost 2 days to get an interview with Kurt Cobain.
More like 6 hours, but
6
eventually did
hours?
secure it and got one of the last interviews ever that Kurt did in Canada on January 4th, 1994.
Done interviews with prime ministers.
And also presidents as well, Dan Quayle and Gerald Ford.
You, some people find you incredibly irritating.
Irritating, but entertaining.
But also, you are an encyclopedia of music history.
Which I get a lot of information from my friends like Mark Houlivan and Alex Taylor. And if everything I said has already been said before.
And you are going to take us on a little tour of our own city today.
Because in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, we don't have these little sprinkles of history that Toronto does. A lot of stuff has been wrecked in Toronto, but there's still some tiny little tidbits that are worth introspection. Food for thought, ground for further research.
Screen left. This way.
Doot, 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 doot.
Kim, do you know Nardwuar, the Human Serviette?
Hey, little buddy. Hi. Hey, Mr. Biafra, can we ask you a question?
Oh, my God, it's Nardwuar.
Kurt
Ah, yes.
Kurt Cobain of Nirvana's favorite TV series was Leave It to Beaver.
That's what he said. I guess we'll never get to verify that now.
Did you first meet Courtney, and this is Courtney Love? I've heard, because we're here in Canada, Vancouver, BC, Canada, I heard a rumor, I think I might have read it in Interview magazine, that Kurt and Courtney first met at Did you first meet at a DOA gig in Portland, Oregon?
Mm-hmm. Stop number 1. Take it away, Nardwuar.
Here we are, Avi, at the turning point on Bloor Street. Now,
This is a rap and roll.
You have been here before. This club here, the Turning Point, was an infamous punk club in Toronto that you yourself actually snuck into, didn't you?
I only got in once. I was pretty underage.
I love going to towns and learning about the history because I found these posters through my friend again, Mark. There's a Turning Point, 192 Bloor Street West. Arson played there, The Rage, the Vile Tones played there.
On the make I just need a break. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get?
One thing to keep in mind when information comes forward and stuff happens on City TV, what you have to make sure and understand is go to the original sources. Here I am, a layman. I'm just kind of showing and telling people, but you, Avi, have actually been there. So I turn it back over to you, Avi. You've been to this club.
I was at the Turning Point.
I am but an outsider.
We tried to get in.
Turn it back to you.
We tried to get in. They laughed at us. We went back and put on our older siblings' jean jackets. We went back again. They laughed at us again. And then we came when it was overflowing with people. There were riots, people spilling out of the street.
What band did you go see? Just
drinking
curious.
on the street. It was Stark Naked and the Fleshtones, actually.
And who are actually playing in Toronto tonight.
Let's go see them now.
Okay, let's go to another location.
Waxing up our boards and we're dancing through the night. And we'll keep on hopping until we see the light.
It's only coming up for fun. Tower number 9. Mother turn the buzzer feet. Mother turn the buzzer feet. Goddamn.
This stop on our punk tour of Toronto?
Well, what's really exciting about this to the Evaporators is that here we are at University of Toronto High School in Toronto, and we're from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and you don't have this type of thing in Vancouver. Look, this is original 1970s graffiti from the punk band The Ugly, and we have a little poster here from The Ugly here as well. But this is really cool. In Toronto, Abby, you can actually go to these locations, and the stuff is still here. In Vancouver,
Can you feel the history?
it's just in Vancouver, it's completely filled with like cranes and stuff, but you can actually go. Nobody's erased The Ugly graffiti here at this high school.
Give me some ointment. I need a... Give me some ointment. I got a rash. I got a rash.
Nardwuar. Is he there? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I was just bragging earlier of all the great things in Toronto, how Toronto has preserved its punk rock history. Here we are. Where, Abby? Where are we?
Queen and Bathurst.
Queen and Bathurst, and I was looking because the Evaporators, we cover a rock and roll band called Arson. And here we are at the corner, and unfortunately, there is no Arson graffiti. At one point, there was Arson graffiti scrolling here, Abby. So I come here to try to show you, to try to tell you about your town, and do I know anything? No, it's been completely paved over. But Arson did a lot of gigs. Here's some posters for them. But this is a bit of how punk rock history is being totally paved over. I was so sure, 1998, I can't believe it. What fate. There it is, nice straight line. Okay, groups, are you guys ready? Now turn to the people, just keep doing. You're looking mad at them. Okay, continue. To tell you the honest truth, I was searching through my house, and I found this in my mom's things. She bought this in 1966, this outfit, and it was the most conservative thing in the store from 1966. Closed. Oh, Abby, I'm so sorry. We went to look for that Arson graffiti. It's been paved over. We're at San Francesco restaurant. San Francesco. I can't even pronounce it right. I'm so choked.
Well, what's the significance?
The significance here is my uncle, Eric Nestorenko, who played 20 years in the NHL with Toronto and Chicago. This was his favorite restaurant to eat here when he's in Toronto. I was again, Mia Vancouverite, trying to show like I knew all about your town. His favorite restaurant is locked up. The Arson graffiti is paved over. About the only thing we saw, the turning point is a wraparound place. The only thing left there is the ugly graffiti. We've tried so hard for you, Abby, but we've let you down big time. However, we do have something for you to join. The Evaporators Legion.
I don't think the keyboard is working, so I'm gonna have to sing it.
Come on, join the cult. Come on, join the cult. Whoa, Abby Lewis, the new music. Thank you, you're in. You're in.
We should slam dance now. I'm leaving. Thank you.
Thank you, and that's it from Toronto, Ontario. A dismal failure, but we tried.
I put my weight in your hands.